Hey everybody, as it turns out, my Ouija board doesn't work. At least that's what this particular commenter thinks. It says, Ouija will not work with one person. This is fake and may dark forces truly find you. Well, the idiomotor effect, if you're just testing your own personal ability to use it, would actually work better if it's just you using it. I mean, to say that you can't use a Ouija board by yourself as a practical idiomotor device for psychological exploration and so on and so forth would be to say that you wouldn't be able to do pendulum dowsing by yourself. You'd have to have 2 or 3 or 5 people placing their hands on on the top of the pendulum in order to use it, which makes no sense at all. I mean, you don't see people like dowsing for water or whatever sort of in a group, do you? No, you typically just have one person doing it. So if you can have one person using a pendulum or a dowsing rod, you can definitely have one person using a Ouija board, because basically that's all it is. It's a dowsing rod essentially with letters and numbers on it and the words yes, no, hello and goodbye. That's basically all the damn thing is. So the quantity of fake, stupid mythologies surrounding this thing is just over the top. I mean, seriously, over the top. I mean, it's very difficult to say where the original thoughts come from, which create, where the ideo bit of the idiomotor comes from, which eventually creates the final results. But if you're just experimenting on yourself, with yourself, alone, using a board by yourself, then you would have thought that that would have excluded any other psychological forces from anybody else's own idiomotor effects. You'd have taken those confounding variables and removed it. So from a practical hypothetical point of view, it makes more sense to do Ouija board seances alone by yourself without any distractions than it does to do it with lots of other people when the wine's flowing. I know it's Christmas time and people are going to have silly parties and they're going to, do their own Ouija board seances about this time. But WTF. I just like the way it starts off with Ouija will not work with one person. That's the first part of the sentence. Then an accusation that this is fake, presumably because I'm doing it by myself and therefore excluding any other confounding variables that might be affecting the results of the idiomotor experience. And then there's a hard truth claim, or attempt at a hard truth claim, saying, and may dark forces truly find you. I mean, this person must have been dropping acid whilst they were watching The Hobbit, or, something like that. I am the real Gandalf, yes, yes. God, there's too many people like that in the world. And I'm just trying to stop them from being a bunch of silly, silly, silly people, says Nick, trying desperately to not swear on this one particular video, which I actually find very hard, to be quite honest. But anyway, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to one and all.